everybody, it's me Jessica back with another story, and today we're going to be reading the story Little Red Riding Hood, and I've got lots of things in my bag to help me tell the story. Okay. Once upon a time there was a small girl called Little Red Riding Hood, and she lived with her parents next to a deep, dark forest. Here she is, Little Red Riding Hood, with her red hat and her red dress on. In a cottage on the other side of the forest lived Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. And in the deep, dark forest lived a big, bad wolf. Oh dear. Grandmother's poorly, said Little Red Riding Hood's mother one day. Please take her this cake, but don't stop on the way. So Little Red Riding Hood set off through the deep, dark forest. She looked all around, and there wasn't a sound. Then who should she meet but the big, bad wolf? Where is he? In my bag. Let's see if we can find him. Here he is. The big, bad wolf. Oh dear. Good day, my dear, growled the big, bad wolf with a big, bad smile. What are you doing here? I'm going to my grandmother's to take her some cake, replied Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf had a plan. Wouldn't your grandmother like some of these flowers? He smiled. What a good idea, said Little Red Riding Hood, and she stopped to pick up a big bunch. So Little Red Riding Hood took her basket and she decided to do as the wolf said and pick some flowers. How many flowers did she pick? Shall we have a look? Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 flowers in my basket. Meanwhile, the wolf ran ahead through the deep, dark forest. At last he arrived at grandmother's cottage. I'm hungry, thought the big bad wolf, licking his lips, and he knocked at the door. Hello, grandmother, growled the wolf. It's Little Red Riding Hood. That sounds more like the big bad wolf, thought grandmother, and she crept quickly under the bed. The wolf went in. He looked all around, but there wasn't a sound, and then his tummy rumbled. No one's here, he grumbled. Never mind, Little Red Riding Hood will be along soon. Quickly the wolf put on the grandmother's dressing gown and nightcap, and then he hopped into bed and pretended to nap. Ha ha ha, he snarled. Little Red Riding Hood will never know it's me. Oh dear. Look, he's in the bed, he's wearing grandmother's clothes. He's pretending to be grandmother. Why do you think he's pretending to be Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother? What do you think he wants to do? Let's wait and see. Soon, Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. Hello, Grandmother, she called. It's Little Red Riding Hood. Come in, my dear, growled the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood opened the door. Oh, Grandmother, she gasped. What big ears you have! All the better to hear you with, my dear, growled the wolf. And Grandmother, what big eyes you have! All the better to see you with, my dear, growled the wolf. And Grandmother, what big teeth you have! All the better to gobble you up. But as he leapt out of bed, Grandmother's nightcap flopped right over his head. Quick, down here, dear, whispered Grandmother. She pulled Little Red Riding Hood under the bed. And just then, a woodcutter passed by the cottage. Have I got a woodcutter in my story bag? Let's see if we can find him. Here he is. Here's Mr. Woodcutter. Just then a woodcutter passed by the cottage, and he heard a growling and a howling, and he dashed inside, and with one quick swish of his axe, he killed the big bad wolf. The woodcutter looked all around, but there wasn't a sound. And then out crept Little Red Riding Hood and the grandmother out of bed. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother. And Little Red Riding Hood said, Mother was right. I'll never stop again on my way through the forest. And Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother lived happily ever after. The end. Did you like that story? Maybe you could recreate the story at home using your toys to be Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. Or maybe you could dress up and act out the story yourself. Have fun. See you soon.